Welcome to another edition of Reyes Power International. Today I want to talk about the squat and longevity, being mobile in your senior years. Now I just turned 63 in January 2021 and I'm feeling the effects of age. Believe me, my joints aren't what they used to be, especially after 39 years of training, powerlifting, bodybuilding. Now I believe when you squat, you're probably doing yourself a great favor. It's the most important lift for a senior, I believe, in far as keeping you mobile, flexible, and strong. It's a full body movement. Now I also believe that to get the best results, the most benefit from this exercise, you do need to go into a full squat that is below parallel. Now, you don't have to go heavy. We're older now, we don't have to go as heavy. But we want to get the most benefit from the exercise. We want to do it right. And as I've said before, a partial squat is dangerous because it causes knee shear, which can cause a rupture in the patellar tendon. So you do want to go deep. I found that going narrow, I can get more depth. Back in the days when we competed, we wanted to go wide because we wouldn't have to travel as far, but it became very difficult to get depth. So today we're going to go full squats for what? To condition our bodies to be strong in our golden years, okay? You've got to keep squatting. You want to do your chiropractic, and you definitely want to stretch before you train. And then when we're done squatting, we're going to go over to the leg press. And then when we're done with the leg press, we want to do some calf work. So today is leg day, but it's also a full body day. We want to keep our bodies strong in our golden years. Now today when I squat, I'm going to have a choice as to whether I use insert iron wraps, wraps from Slingshot, or the insert atomic wraps. Today I'm going to opt for the atomic wraps. These are the best wraps on the market, and I want to start out with 135 wrap because I want to get the feeling of sitting back into that squat and getting proper depth. I won't necessarily have the same feeling without wraps. I want to start with the wraps just to get in the groove. Now when I squat today, I'm also going to use wrist wraps. I want to take the pressure off my wrist, and today I'm going to opt for the insert atomic wrist wrap, same as the knee wraps. Now I want to wear a belt too because I want to have that feeling of being in the groove. I want to get used to this equipment when I get into heavier weight. So I'm going to go 135 with all the equipment, not the suit, just the belt, the wraps, knee wraps, and wrist wraps, okay? Now this belt, you can't buy anymore. It's a Mike Bridges belt, the best belt ever made. It's got how many rows of stitching? 2, 4, 6, 7 rows of stitching and a seamless roller. The roller will not cut into the belt. This belt I bought in 1989 and it's almost like new. It's been through 132 wins, probably 200 meets, plus all the training that goes with it. So again, I've never seen a belt that would wear or not wear like this belt. I think I paid $89 for it back in about 1989. Now another benefit of a full body squat, a full squat, walking it out, is a benefit because it teaches you to balance. And older people have problems falling. They start to lose their balance as they get older. So if you don't have a monolift, I think it's to your benefit. I do not use a monolift. I can afford a monolift, but I choose the old style squat rack so I can walk the weight out and learn to control it and maintain my balance in my senior years. Now, something I want to recommend to seniors when they're squatting is they do have safety racks on their squat rack. We are older, and even though we're older, we do want to challenge ourselves. We want to go up to a little heavier weight, but we want to be safe at the same time. Yeah, right there. Soup cat. $250 pounds. Not going heavy, but a little bit of a challenge for an older person. No suit. Just to stay strong. Strength training. Not powerlifting, but strength training for a senior. Now, before you all out there say you can't do this, believe me, I've had my share of injuries. Right now, I've got a sprained ankle. I've had it since winter. I have trouble walking. By the end of the day, I'm in misery, okay? I still squat. I still do my leg press. I still do calf work. You can't let these things stop you. I've had injuries to ribs that were incredibly painful. In fact, last year, and it lasted for several months. But you can't let that stop you, otherwise you're going to become immobile, you're going to have balance problems, you're going to become weaker. So you've got to be tough to a point. My grandmother always used to say that getting old was not for sissies. Next I'm going to do some leg presses with the Peak Fitness Equipment leg press that I bought last year. I paid a little over $2,000 for it. I know they're currently out of stock, but I bought this to improve my deadlift because the leg press is the key to the conventional deadlift. It teaches you to blast off the floor. It gives you that strength coming off the floor. Also, I bought it because someday as I get older, I may not be able to squat anymore. I want to be able to work my legs. Now, you can lift a lot more weight with a leg press, obviously, because your back is isolated out. Your back is pressing against that pad. It's not involved. Now, being older and with a knee injury, I always want to protect my knees. So what I'm using today are knee sleeves. These are from Slingshot. These are $100 a pair. They're the best in the world. It's worth it. Protect your knees at all costs. You get a patellar tendon rupture, you're going to be laid up for a long time, and I can't afford to be laid up, okay? The leg press, like I said, $2,000, it's worth it to me. I don't want to become immobile. I don't want to become bedridden. I don't want to be stuck in my easy chair watching TV for the rest of my senior years like some people are, because believe me, there's nothing on TV. Now, there's a certain way, a right way, to put on the Slingshot knee sleeves. The only way to get these on is to fold the ends out over the knee sleeves, like so, both ends. And then to grab the top and fold on quickly over the knee. If you try to pull it on without folding the ends over, you'll never get them on. And this is especially important if you have arthritis in your senior years. Now, I'm also going to wear wrestling shoes on the leg press because I don't want my feet to slip. Now, I had a friend whose foot did slip, and all that weight went on the one leg, and that leg broke. So I'm always careful as to my footwear. I don't want to wear the boots that I squat in because they have a slicker sole. Too dangerous.
Now the leg press can be very, very dangerous. Okay, now this does have a safety at the bottom, so it will not crush me. But the danger is in maybe locking out. You see people on the internet where they have heavy, heavy weight and they lock their knees and they tear their patellar tendon. The knee goes backwards. Incredibly painful, and like I said, you'd be laid up for many, many months. So we want to be careful we don't lock out all the way, and we don't go too heavy. Okay, this is an assistance exercise. It's also a muscle builder, but it's not a powerlifting meet. Okay, so we want to get on the leg press. We've got our seat adjusted where we want it due to the length of our legs and so forth, but we want to put our feet flat on the leg press sled, the plate here. I've seen people trying to leg press with their toes. That's wrong. If you slip, you get injured. And you just push straight up. Now this just released on its own. Usually you have to move the lever to release it. Now when I bring it down, I want to bring it down as far as I can. I want to do a full movement, but I don't want to lock out. That's as far as I want to go. So now I've only got 2 plates on each side, 2 45s, and I'm just going to do maybe 5 reps. It's kind of a warm up, maybe 6. And then I'm going to load another 2 plates on each side. Okay, I've got 4 plates on each side. I'm going up gradually adding weight because I don't want to shock my muscles where the weight is too heavy for me all of a sudden and I have an accident. I want to kind of creep up on it, okay? So when I do get to the heavy weight, it's not a big surprise. I'm conditioned for that weight. Now, all the experts are going to tell you don't push your knees with your hands, and I'm not doing that. It may look like I'm doing that. I've got them there for safety. In case something happens, they're just against my knees. I'm not pushing with my hands. Okay, I've added 1 more plate on each side. I've got 5 plates on each side. I'm going to do 5 reps. 3, 4, 5. Now I've added another plate on each side. I've got 6 plates on each side. Total of 12 plates. But you got to remember, this sled is well over 100 pounds itself. Again, we're creeping up on our final set, our heaviest set. Okay, this is my last heavy set. This is 7 plates on each side, 14 45s plus the sled. It's a lot of weight. It's over 800 pounds. But I'm here alone. Can I do more? Yes. Would it be nice to do more? Yes. But I'm alone and I can't afford to get hurt and get trapped down here in the basement, okay? Now I've stripped some of the weight off. I've only got 4 plates on each side. What I want to do now is bodybuilding. What we've done up to this point is just maintain strength. Now I want to gain muscle with this last set. So I'm going to do a lot of reps.
Okay, now we're going to finish up with some calf raises. I'm going to do calf raises off the spotter's stand, the spotter's platform, off the back of my bench press. No weight, just body weight. This is good for your ankle as well. Not only builds calves, but it's rehab for an injured ankle.
Now I want to stretch all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Now you won't be able to do a lot of these after all the squatting and leg presses that you've done, but we do want to do these to failure, about 4 sets. You don't have to do them fast. You don't want to tear anything. And that's where these wrestling shoes come in handy, because they're so flexible, they bend easy, where it would be difficult to get depth on these calf raises with a heavy boot sole. All right, take a little rest. And it takes a few seconds for the ATP to get back into the muscle, to fuel the muscle. Another set, second set. Rest. You're going to do fewer and fewer reps on each succeeding set, especially if you don't wait too long. You don't want to wait too long, you want to get a pump. Okay, one more set, 4 sets, then we're going to be done. Okay, why so few? Because you were pre-exhausted. Those calves were pre-exhausted by all the other work that you've done today. Now granted, today's workout was a watered down workout compared to what a person in their prime would use, but this is a workout for seniors. Okay, now it didn't tax me. It's again a workout I use for demonstrating the exercises and the concepts of how to progress in weight on the squat and the leg press. Now I also want to cover supplementation. I still recommend creatine monohydrate. This is Creapure, the only kind I use, the German creatine. This is Jarrow product. It is discontinued. I now have a new product from Fitness Labs, and the website is called Piping Hot. This is again Creapure, German creatine, but this is what's now available. I also drink throughout the day Gatorade, because I don't want to have muscle cramps. This has potassium and sodium, which will prevent muscle cramps and keep you hydrated. You must stay hydrated to be strong. Muscles are mostly water. Now, as far as a protein supplement, I still use muscle milk. It is casein, milk protein. I do not use whey protein, because whey protein is pasteurized twice. It's heated to such a high degree and chemically treated that I believe that our bodies can't recognize it as food. Now, as far as actual food's concerned, I go back to my old standby, rice, broccoli, and chicken. A large salad bowl that I prepare about every 3 days, and then I can eat from that throughout the day, throughout the evening, and I do eat other things, lean beef, and so on. But you have to remember that food is just as important, if not more important, than the workout. I don't care how old you are, you have to feed your body to maintain your muscle mass. Now I hope that this video has helped all the seniors out there who have watched it. The main thing is that you keep moving in your senior years. Once you stop moving, you're going to start to lose muscle mass, your balance will be compromised, and it's just a downhill after that. So you don't have to lift heavy weight. Bodybuilding has never been about heavy weight, but you do have to lift some weight. Strength training is important. It's absolutely necessary to maintain a certain amount of muscle mass. Now, in everyday life, what is the application? Well, for me, I've got a 126-pound dog. He's a puppy. He's 2 years old. and he has a low center of gravity, so he can pull me all around. Well, I don't let him do that. I'm able to control him. Most people my age wouldn't be able to control him. So that is the direct application for my strength training.